Well, there can be a lot of confusion when it comes to whether you should keep your personal documents and for how long. So in today's In the Legal Know, Vincent J. Russo is here to explain what you should do with your documents, and if you decide to throw them away, how should it be done? Vincent, thank you for being here. We need this guidance. Let's talk about documents.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you a question first. Are you a person that keeps all your documents, or are you a person that throws things away?
I do have like a pile of mail in a certain area of my house, but I try to throw things that I really don't feel like are necessary to keep around out.
All right. So,
I don't know if that's, don't judge.
That's good, because we're going to try to give some guidance today. Because I think there are two types of people. I'm a keeper, so I keep everything.
You have a room?
And my wife loves throwing, she just wants to get it out of the way, then throw it out. And so it really is important to think about the appropriate time when you should keep a document or throw a document out, and then the appropriate way to do it. All right, so that's what we're going to focus in on today.
All right, so we're talking about tax season right now, getting close to the deadline. So what about those documents and everything? All
right, so we'll start with tax documents, and really important that everyone understands how long they should keep their tax documents. So we have a list here: tax returns and supporting documentation. I have a 7-year rule. I'm going to explain that in a moment. And so keep your tax returns, your supporting documentation, records of charitable donations, and records on when you sell a house, because they're all that's a taxable event. And so you're going to want those records. I say 7 years. The IRS has a statute of limitations. That's the point where they can go back and audit you and say you owe more in taxes. The general rule is 3 years. So you want to keep your documents at least 4 years, 1 year past the statute of limitations. That statute of limitations could be 6 years. It could be forever if you didn't file, for example. So if you never file your tax returns, then you better keep all your supporting documentation for a lifetime. So I'm going to say the general rule is 7 years.
I think that's good. Okay, so that's like tax documents and supporting documents to go with that. But what about non-tax documents?
Okay, so we're going to start with the 1 month, 1 year, and then we're going to get into the more serious stuff. All right?
Okay.
All right, so 1 month. Utility bills. You pay a utility bill, you know it's been paid, you confirm it, you could throw it away. All right, so that's a simple situation. A bank deposit, for example. Once you verify that it was done and it's reported on your bank statement. So those quickly you can keep and then throw away for, keep it a month or two. Then you have 1 year. I'm going to say bank statements, credit card statements, pay stubs. That's a 1 year situation because you may need that information to go back on, or you may want a credit or a refund on something you purchased, or a correction in what happened on a bank transaction. You want to verify what you did. So a 1 year rule. Then we get to the 7 year rule, all right? So my 7 year rule, and we have a list here, IRA contributions. You want to keep it for 7 years. Your retirement accounts year-end statements, 7 years. If you have a flexible spending account, that's a health insurance benefit account, you want to keep that 7 years. Child care records, 7 years. So that would be rule of thumb. Keep them 7 years, and then you can feel safe to dispose of them.
Now, a lot of people like to have the physical documents, but they have them online as well for a lot of people when it comes to like bank and credit cards and stuff. So too, if you ever throw it out and say, oh my goodness, hopefully you could probably get it online. Yeah. But I wanted to ask you too, like, so 7 years seems to be like the number. Are there documents that we need to keep for more than 7 years?
Absolutely, absolutely. There are documents that you're going to want to keep as long as you own that asset, plus 7 years. All right, so let's look at a short list here. Brokerage statements, as long as you have that brokerage account, keep all the statements plus 7 years. Those are the year-end statements. You purchase a home, you have the purchase records. of what you paid. You want to keep that as long as you own the home, plus 7 years. Investment assets, purchasing real property, for example. Here again, you want to keep it as long as you have the asset plus 7. Home improvements, because that can save you tax money later when you sell the house. We've talked about that last month. So those are documents where you have the asset, keep it, plus 7 years.
So I have a thought of things that I keep always and forever.
Right.
I don't want to rattle them all off, but can you list some, you know, things that we should just never throw out?
Yes, the never throw out documents. All right, birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificates, your social security card, estate planning documents, wills, trusts, healthcare proxy, powers of attorney. You keep them, do not throw them out. Military discharge documents, a deed to your house, and life insurance policies that are active. You want to keep those. Do not destroy them after 7 years.
No, those are all important. We're
That's
talking
right.
about identification, birth certificates, maybe deeds, titles to different things and everything.
Right.
Always important. Okay, so how do you store all these documents? What's your advice to us?
Okay, so there are three areas I want to touch on here in terms of what do you do with these documents you are holding for whatever period of time. All right, so first, you want to safeguard your information. That's really important. And so you want to put it in a safe place. You want it to be organized and find a place in your home, typically. Some people use a safe deposit box for certain documents. You got to be careful with that because the box could get locked up at some point and then people can't get to it. So a safe place. You keep it in a safe place in your home, right?
I'm not going to tell anybody where it is, but yes, I do. Especially, well, the birth certificates, the social security cards, the
That's
passports,
right.
the mortgage stuff, titles, you know, for the cars and the house and all that.
Yeah, so you want to keep it in a safe place. Then you want to guard your financial accounts, all right? And here I would say we're more looking at online situations. So your username and password. A tip here. Don't use a username and password that you're using on all your personal online accounts.
There's too many passwords.
I understand, but it's really important that you make sure you use appropriate protections there and also have antivirus computer software on your computer so that someone can't breach your computer and get your information.
That's very important. All right, we're running out of time.
All
You encourage people to shred important documents,
That's
and
right.
you're here to help us with that. So just tell us about an event coming up.
All right, so our law firm is sponsoring on Earth Day, April 22nd, a shred event. You can bring your unwanted, unnecessary documents to one of our 3 office locations, and we will shred them for free. And we'll do it professionally. We have professional people doing it. So you'll dispose of your assets, your documents in a safe way. And we're going to run some workshops on scamming.
All right, so that's April 22nd. We can shred it and forget it, and not have to worry that someone's going to steal our information. Vincent, always a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for your insight.
All right.